Okay, another one. Let me just restart the game first. Okay. How to play B. Oh, I mean, how to play... Okay, hold on. Okay. How to play Inferno. Okay, the first thing that you should know, okay, I'll just start from the CT first. In Inferno, there's two important parts of the map. Banana and apps. And you might be wondering, why the fuck apps instead of mid? It's because, unlike mid, you cannot contest apps quite easily because of how like it's set up towards T side. Okay, like it's easier, like sure it's easy to like maybe push in, but unless you waste your smoke and you're holding this spot, right, or this, it's very risky for you to actually push apps because they can just molly you. And usually, like if you're gonna try to push, they're gonna be waiting for that, and then you're just gonna run into the crosshair, right? And the worst part about it, if that's like, if they know what you're like doing, they can just do this, like just spam. Then you won't even be thinking about pushing like apps anymore. Like just walking and then you see this, yeah, it's gonna like, no, you're not gonna push. So knowing how to play apps is important. Okay, as a CT, you have multiple ways of like playing apps. You can play it like this, but usually these are not highly recommended because they're easily pre-fireable spots. Usually need to like do a peek every now and then when you hold angles, and then you can wide swing them. And then this one is like a really good off angle because they're aiming towards here, not some guy random playing like this area. So you can just do this and they won't see that coming. Not recommended to play boiler because you get trapped from like here and this guy. But oh yeah, I can get wall banged by this. So if you're saving, I can just do this to you, and then you'll like accuse me of wall hacking or something. And then they can just molly you out, so not recommended. If you're like Kenny S, you can just do this, yada yada yada, like get an up kill and then like fuck off. Okay. Holding mid, you can actually do this like hold with an op. Wait, let me bring it here. Fuck. You can like actually, you can hold this with an op, and then just need to wait for them to peek. You can also hold this for them to cross, or you can like hold this area instead of like peeking straight away. You can just hold this, wait for them like jump into the underpass, and then you can just shoot them right there. And then if for example that you're an opper and you're trying to like push into apps, you can ask your teammate to do a second mid flash for you, right? That, so it's really good. All these spots can be played with a normal AK. You can have someone boost you up here, pots, and then quad, or you can just the quad area, like play here. You can play these spots, but obviously like you cannot stay for too long because you can just get mollied out like this. Or I can do like a god flash from here and you won't see him coming. Like if you're an opper, right? If you're an opper, you usually, or even like a rifle, you won't see that coming because you're holding this, and then you see this flash, and then you're full white, and you can't do anything. You can also do this type of play where you can like molly Molotov, and then have an opper hold this spot for you if they're gonna push, and then just spray down second mid. You can also do like throw this at the start. There's also multiple ways you can hold it like this, like you line up with this wall, and then you're most likely like waiting for the boiler. This one's towards boiler and second mid. This one's this one's towards main mid, and this one's for mid. I don't recommend this holding with an AK because you can get pre-fired. If it's an op, then sure, go ahead. If you're using a rifle, you can just do this, hold this off angle, like wait for them to run into you, or like do a peek every now and then. Like, you can do this and then just swing wide, or you can like do this, do a ninja play, right? You can also play this spot, by the way, but it's very risky. I don't recommend it. And by the way, you can actually do this. You can spray through apps from here. So yeah, you can also spray back. So you can just do this. Wait. Yeah, you can just spray down like this, or right back at them like this as well. Wait, yeah, you can just spray them back like this. So yeah, keep in mind that. Keep in mind those, and you can spray through here. Right, you can spray this spot, and you can also spray pit from here. So you can just do this all of a sudden. You might get accused of wall hacking though, so it's honestly up to you. Like around this area, but slightly aim towards the left of it, so you don't hit the crate. Yeah, so around here maybe. So you can do this. You can kill the guy playing this area. So just basically like work backwards. Just do this. Or something. Just aim like that. Okay, that's a terrible one. So just around this area, and then you can shoot him. If you're a CT, again, you can play many spots. You can play underneath like this, provided your short is covered. You can have someone play like this, really good off angle. You can also do this, and you can also play from this position, like from standing, or you can just play this spot, or you can go up to the fence, and then you just fall back, or you can hold this if you're ecoing, and then fall back. And you can actually do this smoke if you're being punished, because if the molly come, it's like this, and then you can just play around with the smoke, like play around it. They won't expect, and then you just swing wide out of nowhere without them seeing you. You can also jump up to the bicycle, like see the heads around the smoke, and then you can actually do a god flash from here, like just aim towards the door and bounce up, and then boom, they get flashed. Really good. Highly recommended you try to learn that. And you can also flash over mid with your teammate. Try to help your teammate out, like just do a jump throw or some shit. From side you can do this with an AK, or you can like jump up like this. You can hold like this, but you'll get pre-fired. You can gun back. There's actually many ways to play it. It's up to your imagination. I don't recommend playing this unless you like wanna fuck with them all of a sudden, like an off angle, and then just spray them. Ops usually hold this spot as well as that. And if you're a guy rotating, please help flash mid for your teammates. Like actually, please, actually do it, please. So yeah, what else? That's pretty much how to play A site, I guess. Then for CT, for B, you can try to get an early smoke. If I'm not wrong, you do this and then you just aim at this area, or is it, I don't know if it's this one. Okay, it's probably the other one. Okay, the second one. Okay, no, it's not. Okay, never mind. Don't bother. You can try to flash for your upper by doing this. Crouch down and then aim, like just come here, crouch down, aim at this spot, and then just go. Then if you're a guy rotating, you can just aim at this area to help flash for your teammates, or like let it bounce off the wall. Usually the T sides will get fucked from that. Also this. Okay, not that. Also like just bouncing off the wall, just common sense. Okay, you can play this spot. You get pre-fired a lot though. You can play like this, like actually just fighting them head on. I can do this. You can get boosted. You can also like, let's say if there's a smoke in between, you can like look for gaps in the smoke, because usually they're aiming towards this area or this area. They don't expect someone here, and then you can just like spray through. And you can play this spot if you're ecoing, but usually expected. But you can do this if there's a smoke, and then just suddenly like surprise them. You can also do this, I guess. You can flash over. you can play this spot where you're camouflaging behind. You can get boosted up here, boosted up there, and then like just hold that spot. You can also play dark, but with an op. Also try to play like this. No one actually plays this spot. It's really good. And typical op spot like this. You can actually flash for a teammate. Aim at this like antenna, and then you can flash. And so let's say for example like you have a guy at Eps, you have a guy coffin, and you want to push out. You can have the guy flash for you. Or if you're the guy like playing close, you can just do a normal flash like this. Right, okay, you get blinded, but if you're playing looking away, this is a god flash, they wouldn't expect that shit. Yeah. Oh, and some things that I learned with my friends. You can do this like combination where you smoke first. Okay, I'll show you. So like this how I take banana. I'm gonna smoke first, molly close behind the half wall, molly the hiding spot. And then we can nade logs or nade close as well. And then usually you can just jump peek from here. And then you have control banana. But if you do it often, they can just retake banana as well. But the retaking part, I'll show you how to do it on T side. So yeah, that's how you basically play banana. You can do this. Basically, there's many spots. Okay, but obviously don't be stupid. Don't hang out in stupid positions unless there's a meaning for it. And now I'm gonna go back to T side. So T side, how to play Inferno is quite simple. Okay, when you play Inferno as a T side, you don't play it like how you play typical maps. You don't rush in one place. You actually you should spread out around the map. It's even more so important compared to Mirage. Like in Mirage, you can like group up, no one gives a shit because it's a big ass map. But Inferno is a small map, so if you rush to one spot, it's a choke point, you get fucked. Okay, so every now and then when you play, you should have like 1 to 2 people here, 1 to 2 people here, and then 1 to 2. Basically like distribute themselves equally. Like I shouldn't be telling you guys this. Okay, so there's many ways to play. You can play passive at the first few rounds, like see if the upper tries to push. You can spam this, prevents pushes, or you can do a molly up here. Right? You can molly. You can also do a flash from T-spawn to flush out the upper, or you can do like throw a nade and then hide. But what I recommend to do is that if you have an op, right? Now people like to do this for some reason. I don't see the point of it, because if like I walk peek you, like this, sometimes I can get you before you get me. What you should do is that if you have a deagle, right? People don't know this, but if you crouch here at the very back part of the map, you can just pre-aim and then suddenly uncrouch. So what I usually do if I'm ecoing, people sometimes accuse me of this. If they're like holding the spot with an op, you pre-aim and then just stand up. People will actually report you for this. So yeah, it's a good spot. Oh, and usually if you're gonna peek the upper, don't hold here. Don't hold in the middle because you're blocking the way. You're a fag if you do that. Right? You don't aim like this. Okay, like yeah, okay, I recommend doing this if you just want to watch passive. But if you really want to help out your team, go the side, go this part, because you can see when a CT tries to rush down mid, and if like an aggressive upper tries to push, you can punish him first. Okay, and then if you're an AK guy, you can just jump in, then play around the canal, around the underpass area. Okay, where was I? Where's the AK? Where's the AK? Okay, fuck it, never mind. How to play bananas as a T side. There's many ways you can try to support your team as a T side. You can come up here, do this flash, and this flash anyone who's trying to play this spot as an upper, that gets flashed. They play this spot, basically around this area. If they want to peek out aggressively, they get flashed. But the most effective one that I've learned so far is that if you're the second guy or third guy, right, obviously you hide away from the upper and then just jump here, and then you can do a running flash like this, or you can do like a jump flash. And when you flash that, you can actually flash even further as far as here. Like it's just a really good flash for flashing deep, but it's not a good flash for flashing like the typical upper spot. So watch out for that one. Usually if I want to flash the upper spot, I'll just aim like this, like more so in the middle, and then jump throw. So it really depends who you're trying to flash. If you want to flash like deep, like the sandbags area, then go flash it. But if you're trying to flash the upper, you need to be more earlier. Yeah, I need to be more early in a sense. But again, it's like trial and error, so you need to like practice this a bit, I guess. Like you can just like aim like this, I guess, and then just do a pop flash. And this is enough to like blind the upper, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, this is a really good pop flash. It'll actually go through the fucking pot for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, and okay, how to take mid. If they, what you should do, if you have a good spawn, aim at this part, run throw, because it denies the push. It forces them to go here, but if you're hiding hit at this spot, right, and you have someone flashing for you, the upper is useless. If you have a bad spawn, just flash in front of it, just molly in front of it, and then hide. You can choose to stay here, but usually they molly this spot, so you're dead. Or you can do this and then like watch as the grenades go past you, and then you peek out and then you shoot. Or you can go there, but only do this every now and then because people like to nade this spot. If you have two people playing banana, you can molly this, molly behind sandbags, and then double nade this, like nade stack this. If you're an upper, you're legit fucked. You can't escape that one. And some things that if you realize that you molly this and then they smoke it such that they counter it, so basically like you're stopped, right? To counter this, what I usually like to do is like, if they like to throw their smoke, let's say for example, right, like they're expecting the molly here, so they throw smoke at the start to cancel out the molly. What you can do is, instead of like smoking, like instead of like throwing a molly, you can throw the own smoke yourself, but instead of throwing right in front like this, you throw it right here, right? Like you throw it right in front, so like they won't, your molly basically don't get useless and you have a molly left. So maybe like you can do a run throw and like watch it as it smokes in front of you or whatever, or just typical things like smoke it in front of them. They'll try to play around it, but then that's when you use your remaining molly or nade to clear out the area. You can do this, right? And that's how you take control of banana. And there's multiple ways of smoking banana. You can do this for CT, like you see this, if I'm not wrong, you just see this spot. I see this like chimney, aim at smoke on the right side. You can smoke coffins from here, intersection of these two. So yeah, like that. You can also do a smoke for coffins by doing this, if I'm not wrong, and then you just line up on this part. But this one's more deep, so keep in mind. There's also god flashes for this. You can come up here, aim at the third one, do a high flash. You can do this, aim in the middle, do a high flash. Or you can like just do a simple one, like you just like back up, aim lower, and then do a jump throw. Those are really good flashes. These flashes is for when you're before you enter, so they get pushed back and then you guys get closer. So that's only for the initial flash to get closer. The one to help get the kill, you aim towards the right side, because usually if you're the first guy, you're clearing this, you're focusing on the side. The second guy should help to trade for you, and this one helps to like flash for the people outside. Right. And some smokes, some mollies that you guys can do. If you have a like jump turbine, this for like yeah, this for new box. This one is for, if I'm not wrong, okay, this one's for the around the boost area. Yeah, around the boost area. Just play around. Around this area. I think you can like get it at some point. Yeah, just like that. There's also this thing where you can have your teammate boost you, like 2 people boosted here. Right, if you have 2 people boosted here, this is actually crazy because you can do this. Aim high, molly, and you can flash the, you can like, not really flash, but okay, you need to aim lower a bit. You can actually like push the opera away from that spot. But it's like trial and error, so it's just roughly around there. So like around like this, and this will clear the opera out. You can try to nade stack them if you want to. Okay. Also, I forgot a CT. You can do this thing called Vietnam that me and Min kind of discovered. If you guys don't want to use your smoke so early, you can wait until 146 because that's the time where the T's push up, and then you can like do this, and then you just do a jump throw nade, and then they'll get naded by that. It's really good. You should try it out. Okay, if you want to retake mid, okay, this one's for holding mid. Just play around, just hold this spot. You can like pre-aim this spot as well. For taking D side is more of like knowing how to use your utility. That's why I love playing Inferno, because more of how to use your utility really well. If you want to retake mid, I mean retake banana, you should have someone cover mid for you first, like maybe a smoke. And then what you do is that you do this flash. Like you just do like a flash above. Don't need to be so accurate, just a flash above to clear out the side. So if let's say for example they have a smoke down and you don't know whether it's clear, you can just clear the right side first. What you can do is that after like let's say the smoke has gone down, what you can do is molly right side and then flash towards the upper area, and then both of you guys can just clear this part. So you guys are like slowly taking banana again. So this guy, the upper is flashed, you can retake again, another flash, and usually just ends up using like 2 mollies, 2 flashes if it's really optimistic. But at the start of the round you should always contest banana. Second mid, yeah, I showed you, you guys can do this. You can do a fast smoke for mid by doing this smoke, by lining up and doing this smoke. It's really good. Makes the CTs use their like molly, like the stop flash, and just go crazy. I can do this flash, aim at this part, right, and then you can flash close. You can flash quite close, like if they're playing this spot. You can also flash for arch. If you want your typical smoke, oh yeah, wait, there's also the fast moto smoke, which you can do. You can come here, aim at this spot, jump throw bind, and then this will smoke moto. Good for 128 and 64 tick. Okay, was it? Okay, I didn't line up properly. So come up here, aim at this spot, in the middle, jump throw. Oh, okay, I remember now. My bad. This one is for the moto smoke. You come here, then you do a jump smoke, and then it will smoke moto perfectly. So this should be useful. If you want to smoke like the entrance to short, you can come up here, aim at this spot, aim where this intersect, and this will land right in front. It's really good to crossing into side. There's also really good, then there's your typical arch smoke by doing this, and then you have your smoke for short. There's also some really good flashes that you can do with it. There's combo that you can do by doing this smoke. Like you aim at this part of this like wood, then you come here and then aim at this part. And you can do this combination double smoke, but no one really use it because we're not really pros anyway. So yeah, if you want to like take short, you can aim here, jump throw, and then you guys can push. If you guys like want to do it fast or before, you can also do a moto smoke from here by just doing this, and you can also do a smoke for like library if I'm not wrong. This one is for connector. Library is a jump throw on this area. Yeah. So you got that really good, really quick. And then for flashes, you can just flash into here. If you're flashing up, you can also flash into A side, just the right side or just over the roof in general. If you guys want to flash like typical spot for arch, you can do this. If you want to flash like the sniper area, you can do this. If you want to flash short, you do this basically. It's a really good flash that most people don't expect. And then just to clear the quad, you can just do this, and then you guys can just clear maybe this one. That's basically how to play Inferno.